Council, are you ready? Councilmember Hanford. Hold on. Good evening. Welcome to the City Council meeting of May 12th, 2026. City Clerk, please call the roll.
Thank you, Mayor. Council members present and establishing a quorum are Council members Fulcher, Beaumont, Hanford, Walker, Fisher, and Blair.
Thank you. Please let the record show that Councilmember Gamble is not in attendance at this time and no previous notice was given of their absence. If they arrive, we'll note their arrival for the record. If they do not, Council may consider excusing the absence at the beginning of the next business meeting. Thank you. Councilmember Blair, please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. It's a rowdy council tonight. The sunshine. The first item of business is public comments. This is a limited opportunity for people to speak to the council during this time. City Clerk, do we have anyone signed up? Do I need to read the whole thing or can I? Okay. So is there anyone else that wishes to speak tonight during public comment time? No. So seeing no one else wishing to speak, the public comments portion of the meeting is now closed. The next item on the agenda is board commission appointments with Liam McCorkle.
All right, we're good. Thank you, Mayor, and good evening, Council. Before you tonight is a appointment confirmation for Eric Peterson to the Planning Commission. We pursued our normal process, interviews, application, all of which were reviewed by the Mayor, and confirmation is requested at this meeting today. So with that, Mayor?
Yeah. Mr. Peterson, do you want to come up and say a few words, introduce yourself, and explain why you want to be on Planning Commission?
Absolutely. Good evening, Mayor, council members, staff, and members of the community. My name is Eric Pedersen, and I want to thank you for the opportunity to serve in the Monroe Planning Commission. Monroe is a community where I am raising my son. I believe I'm 4th generation here, so got some roots. Now I care deeply about the future of Monroe and the important decisions involved in the growth and housing, transportation, and the quality of life here. My profession, I'm a registered nurse, and my work has taught me that the importance of listening, carefully evaluating information, objectively, and collaborating respectfully. I appreciate the vision of the Imagine Monroe and the idea of one community around you. Thoughtful planning will help ensure Monroe remains a safe, connected, and livable community as it grows. I am honored by this opportunity and look forward to serving the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Council, do you have any questions? Councilmember Blair.
No question, but I move to confirm the mayor's appointment of Eric Pedersen to a midterm vacancy on the Planning Commission, position 7, with a term ending December 31, 2027.
Hanford seconds.
Thank you.
I do want to say that I have worked with Eric in the past. I've known him, as he said, he grew up in Monroe. And I think that he's an excellent choice for planning. He's passionate about making sure that like safety and having people be able to voice their input, and he's detail oriented and research based. So I fully support this appointment. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments, questions, Council? Councilmember Fisher. Yeah.
I just want to say thanks for taking the position and going through the process. So there's several of us up here that were on Planning Commission. I'm one of them. Councilmember Blair and Councilmember Fulcher, and you were too when I left, weren't you? And Councilmember Walker. So we kind of understand that position, and I just really appreciate you stepping into that role. And we need more people like yourself to fill these these spots. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Well, you're very welcome. I really appreciate the opportunity, everybody. Thanks.
Yeah, Councilmember Hanford.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, I have known Eric for years and years. Well, when he was, what, high school?
Decades.
Decades?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we kind of hadn't seen each other until he brought to council the concern about speeding on 170.
Ninth.
179th, yeah.
And so that was great to reconnect, and we've had coffee, and just appreciate your passion for the neighborhood, the city, and your community. So very excited to see you stepping in here.
Well, thank you very much.
Councilmember Beaumont.
Well, I have to jump in here now and say that I've coached track with Eric. So,
This is true.
and yes, thank you very much for stepping up.
Oh, thank you very much.
Councilmember Fulcher.
Eric, thank you for stepping up. Our city government doesn't happen without people volunteering and doing the jobs that may seem boring at the time, but I guarantee you, Planning Commission is really, PC stands for Party Committee. So just letting you know. It's a lot of fun. Thank you so much for stepping up.
Thank you very much. I'm hoping to add value to the city and the community, so thank you.
Councilmember Walker.
Your application was awesome. Thank you very much for applying and
Thank you.
attempting to be a part of the process. Appreciate you.
I appreciate the feedback. Thank you.
All right. Well, there's been a motion made by Councilmember Blair and seconded by Councilmember Hanford. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Okay, motion passes 7-0. And let the record show that Councilmember Gamble entered virtually at 7:04. Thank you. Yeah, congratulations. The next item of business is consent agenda. Council? Councilmember Beaumont.
I move to approve the consent agenda as provided in the packet.
Thank you. Councilmember, Fulcher, thank you. A motion has been made by Councilmember Beaumont and seconded by Councilmember Fulcher to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion or comments, council? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Okay, motion passes 7-0. Thank you, council. The next item on the agenda is 7.1, Resolution 2026-009, Utility Bill Adjustment Policy with Liam McCorkle.
Thank you, Mayor, and good evening, Council, again. Before you tonight is a resolution regarding the city's utility bill adjustment policy. The city originally adopted a utility bill adjustment policy, or a leak adjustment policy, in 1986. That was last revised in 2008 in order to provide some partial financial relief to customers whose utility bills were unexpectedly increased due to a water leak. In 2025, staff identified that the current utility bill policy contains some outdated best practices and also did not align with some of the city's practices, especially around how we treated prohibiting toilet and irrigation leaks as part of those adjustments. So with that, this policy was brought to the Finance and Human Resources Committee first on July 15th, 2025, and then again on March 17th, 2026, to review and discuss some potential updates to the city's current leak adjustment policy. Those discussions primarily centered around three questions. One, if the city should continue to offer a leak adjustment policy in the first place. Two, what leaks should be covered. And then three, how we should go about proving a leak occurred or seeking proof of repair for those leaks. Generally, the comments received after those discussions and the work done by staff suggest that the city should move forward with maintaining a policy, but adjusting to only allow non-readily apparent leaks. And those non-readily apparent leaks are really defined as things that are not reasonably visible to a customer. So things that are underground within the walls would all be included. Things that would expressly not be included in this policy include things like irrigation, toilets, and faucet leaks. And the reason behind kind of this clarification behind non-readily apparent leaks is if the city continues to allow all leaks as qualifying to adjustment, we're really moving away from doing a leak adjustment policy and instead moving towards a high consumption policy where we're allowing individuals to request adjustments for fixtures that should have reasonably and easily been identified and fixed, therefore negating the city's ability to distinguish between neglect and overuse. This is really a policy that is meant to benefit community members who had no idea that a leak was occurring and to adjust utility bills for those circumstances. So with that said, those two adjustments to the policy are made in this current version that is before you tonight. The committee also discussed a few other changes which were also included. Just kind of reading down the list, some of those adjustments include allowing adjustments to span 2 billing cycles rather than just one, prohibiting leak adjustments in cases where the city provided notice and opportunity to correct with no customer action. We're increasing the frequency of leak adjustments to once per 3 years. The current practice is to adjust only once in the lifetime of account. It clarifies some definitions around irrigation and normal water bills. It clarifies the requirement to provide proof of repair prior to adjustment. It defines a timeline in which adjustments need to be considered, with repairs occurring within 30 days of detection and a form submitted to finance within 60 days of a repair. And then
Mr.
finally-
McCorkle, sorry.
Yeah.
Councilmember Blair had a question. You want to wait till the end? Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
And then just the final change is setting a maximum adjustment limit of $2,500. So with that pretty much concludes my report. The proposed policy and resolution are contained within your packet. The only comment I will make is that there is a slight typo that was pointed out by our city clerk, Jody Wyckoff. It references the utility bill adjustment from 2018. That should actually be from 2008. So just a clarifying statement for the record. With that, I'm happy to sit through discussion. Mayor?
Councilmember Blair?
Okay. A lot of the recommendations were incorporated in here. I know this came up before I was on council, towards the end of last year. There was public comment sent in. I would like discussion tonight, but I would like another week to look over the policy and double check that some of the recommendations from the public comment earlier or at the end of last year are all incorporated. I did get the draft on Friday, but I had some unexpected things occur over the weekend. I was not able to devote the time I wanted to this, and I know since we've had the policy since 1984, if we could delay it another week, that's my request.
Councilmember Walker?
Does that require a motion to push it out a week?
If we're going to table it or just don't vote on it? Okay, and ask to bring it back next week. Yeah.
And it would have to be a business meeting in order to take a vote?
Yes. Next week is, yeah. So council, if you just let me know that that's something you want to do. Okay, so we will bring, Councilmember Fulcher.
Might as well get it on the record. I'm totally okay with us moving it a week so we can all have time to dive in deeply.
Sure, okay. So, all right, we'll bring it back. Thank you, Mr. McCorkle. Any questions for him right now as you looked at that before? Because Liam will not be here next week. But I'm sure Ben or Deborah can step in on that one. Councilmember Hanford.
Yeah, I just want to, knowing that we're going to talk about it next week, but knowing that you won't be here.
Yeah, he won't be here.
I just wanted to kind of review, so staff is recommending that we retain it but revise it. What is, I think in my mind, like, for those that have an honest leak and who actively pursue responding to the city and communicate with the city and try to get it fixed and try to work with the city quickly with a lot of communication, I want a policy that helps those people and not the people that ignore us or don't care that they have a leak and let it go for a couple bill cycles. So if you feel, do you feel like this policy helps those people?
Yes, this policy expressly includes a provision that designates that timeline. That's that timeline I was talking about. To where if people are neglecting to fix the leak within 30 days and don't submit the form within 60 days, that goes to that communication piece, then they're no longer eligible for that leak. As long as they're communicating within those designated timeframes, then yes, that helps those people that are not aware of a leak that is occurring.
Thanks.
Councilmember Beaumont.
Thank you, Mayor. I also am going to take advantage of you being here and ask you some questions because I really did look at this closely. Upon review, I do think it's fair to the customer, and I think it protects the city from situations that could become very costly for us. I really appreciated and feel confident in the city comparison portion of the report, where you went out and from the Highland Water District to Duval to Kirkland and Marysville to Stanwood, you really did your due diligence in studying how they handle these things. And I always appreciate that about your reports, and it makes me feel confident that we have something that's been investigated, reasoned, all of that. So I felt very good about this report, and I think it's fair.
Thank you. And I will say credit where credit is due. I also had the help of Julie Elsom. She actually did that analysis, and Jaka and John Landy were also very helpful in this entire process.
Yep. Thank you. Any other questions while Liam is here tonight? Okay. Well, it sounds like we'll bring that back next week. Thank you, Liam. So next item is council member reports. I'll start with Councilmember Gamble. You're online. Are you ready to report?
No report.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Fulcher.
Thank you. Now that we've all had our hearing checked. There's a couple things that I want to talk about. One of the things that both, all three of us, Beaumont and Blair and myself, we got a chance to go to the regional apprenticeship program up in Marysville on the 30th of last month. And it was quite impressive, and that led us to having a meeting with the Monroe School District as part of their advisory committee. So there's amazing things available for kids when it comes to the trades. And having been a graduate of Snow Isle Skills Center myself, I was beyond impressed with the things that are available now. It's really great to see. Very encouraging for the next generation. In my capacity on the Community Transit Board alternate, as you may have seen in the news, Community Transit and Everett Transit are back in talks again about combining their services together, which I think would be great for Snohomish County as a whole. So keep posted for that. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you. Councilmember Beaumont.
Thank you, Mayor. I hope that everyone will, if they can, come out to the Flags for Our Fallen Run on Saturday morning at Lake Ty. That is a 5K. And Council Member Walker usually is out there with me running. But it's a great event and supports the local VFW and, of course, supports our fallen. So hope to see some of you out there. I think it starts at 9. And tomorrow night at Route 2, we have the Historical Society Trivia Night. It's America 250 theme, so it's all American history. And it's a fundraiser for our 501c3 nonprofit. So last year the city had 2 teams, I think, and everybody did really well. It was a lot of fun. So if you're not doing anything at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, get 6 people or less and come on down to Route 2. Thanks.
Awesome, thank you. Councilmember Hanford.
Thank you, Mayor. Last Saturday, I went for my walk to Lake Ty and saw the Casey
Elderbrook. Yeah.
Fundraiser walk, and instantly hit with, the guilt of, I meant to sign up for that. And then as I come around, then I see the Battle of the Badges going on, and so just a lot of good stuff. Fun to see Lake Tye being utilized. And, you know, we try to do everything, but we just can't. So, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Councilmember Blair.
This, over this timeframe, I did listen to a webinar on railroad crossings, grant applications for that, and they had some websites listed about improvements for railroads, so I did a little bit of looking at that stuff, which is something that we've been talking about. I don't know that there is any magic solution that can make it so trains don't go through the middle of your town, though. So we're still looking at other solutions that somebody may have come up with. I also had Alliance for Housing Affordability meeting, and that ties right in with the apprenticeship program that she was mentioning, because what they're trying to do, so many adults that are involved with this, they call it the RAP program, RAP, they want high schoolers to graduate and be able to make living wages so that they can stay in our communities. And we should all be very invested in that, because as adults, I believe we owe that to them, that we can see what's happening and we should be preparing them for the future that is currently here. So there was, the day we were there was other like county council, other city councils there, and currently Monroe School District is not part of that program. So we are not sending Monroe kids to this apprenticeship program where they can graduate and already have journeyman level jobs. So I think that it's important that as Monroe residents, the school hears from anyone who's interested that if we should be getting back into that program. Yeah, and looking forward to another nice week here in Monroe of the activity. Like you said, I know we're going to be talking about the e-bikes and stuff, and that has been definitely obvious that that's happening a lot, and I'm torn on the issue. I really like seeing everybody out and active, but also want to be sure that people are practicing safety for themselves and the cars on the road. So more to come on that.
Thank you. Councilmember Fisher.
Nothing to report.
Thank you. Councilmember Walker.
The speed safety camera pilot program meeting on May 7th went well. A lot of interesting and positive feedback. Wanted to thank the council members Beaumont and Fulcher for attending with me and what staff did to prepare for it. I think all the questions that were raised by the citizens, there was information from staff to be able to provide. I want to give a specific shout out to Scott Peterson for giving an overview of the traffic calming policy, which is always fun. Other than that, I've got nothing else to report, but thank you for putting that on, staff.
Yeah. Thank you for facilitating that. Really appreciate the help on that. Let's see, staff department reports. Let's see, the first one is finance report. Ms. Elsom.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So the staff report is in your packet. I'm going to go over a couple of highlights. This report is through March, so it's still pretty early in the year. And I think the important things to note are overall city revenues are generally tracking with the adopted biennial budget. Sales tax revenue, however, through March totaled approximately 1.6 million, but it is down about 5% compared to the same period last year. Development-related revenues continue to trend below budget. Additional revenue shortfalls being monitored include property tax, which currently is projected to be about $100,000 below budget. There are a couple other revenues that are coming in less than we would anticipate for the biennium, but overall general fund expenditures through March are below prior year levels in several departments due to vacancies and ongoing cost containment measures. So overall, we're doing all right at this time. And I'm planning on coming back next week, hopefully, with the report through April. So, questions?
Questions, Council? Councilmember Beaumont.
Thank you. I did have a question. It's under the bank reconciliation disbursement detail. There were several, I think this was on May 23rd, there are several business license refunds
Okay,
of
yes.
$50. Could you please explain?
Were those business license refunds
It
or
says
utility
business
billing?
license refund, $50, and it looks like there's about 5 of them. Whisper Forge, LLC, Affinity Support, Brianna Knight Photography.
I can answer that because those go through
Oh,
that
thank you.
department. So we get, it seems like it goes in phases. Business licenses that are submitted for businesses that are outside the city limits. And it happens on a somewhat regular basis. And so when we make that determination, because they're applying through the state, and then we get notification of that, so then we do the refund back to them.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
Good question. Councilmember Walker.
Thank you, Julie. The opioid settlement funds that says that it's projecting under 200K, that was the one that stuck out to me the most because I think that was the biggest number, and also combined with the human services potential shortfall being funded by the opioid funds. The way that it's not coming in as projected, is that because there is a payment that we were expecting in the time, a specific frame? No?
No, the budget was too high. We've done some analysis and determined that what we really receive on an annual basis, and the budget for that is too high.
In the notes on a few of them where it says budget amendment may be necessary, is that a
would be one of
conversation?
them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could we-
So continuing to monitor, because obviously if we're okay and our revenues in other areas are coming in higher, then we wouldn't necessarily need to come forward with a budget amendment for those. It's kind of overall revenues and overall expenditures. So continuing to monitor revenue projections as well as expenditures to determine if a budget amendment is needed and/or if we will be okay.
I just would express concern just because of the fact that a lot of our human services programs are funded by that, and they would be below as well. So, yeah,
Yes,
I would be
understandable.
for entertaining an amendment sooner, just because there's 6 or 7 months, obviously, till a new budget would be adopted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you. Next item on the agenda is extended agenda. Mr. Wortham, that is you.
For next week, we're going to put Liam's leak adjustment on the consent agenda. So you got the best presentation you're going to get, but we'll look for that next week. Approval, we have a Finance and Human Resources Committee, fiscal policy review by Julie. And then for the regular meeting, which is a business meeting, the Davis pre-annexation second hearing by Amy. Consent agenda, MOUs went tonight, so those won't go. The ILA with Sultan will probably not go, so we'll have AP, ACH minutes, and payroll. Final action is Rabanco Contract Amendment number 6, Labor and Extended Service Disruptions by Megan Darrow, and New Business 2526 Comp Plan Amendment Introduction already by Amy Bright. Department reports, no one on the list right now, and Mayor and Admin reports and extended agenda by Deborah, who will be back for her last meeting. So.
Any questions? Councilmember Blair.
It says on the 519 meeting for the 6 p.m. that the employee AI guidelines by McCorkle, will that not be discussed, or will someone else be discussing that?
For the Finance and HR committee, yeah, it will be, I think, July. We're going to push it out because Liam's not here.
Okay.
It's well-deserved vacation. But.
And if I'm not on that committee, but I'm interested in hearing about it, someone will brief us, and I can ask somebody from the committee to brief us after?
Great question. Yeah, the chair can brief the council after.
Okay,
Yep.
Thank you.
Councilmember Walker.
Could we add a discussion item for a budget amendment to our finance meeting?
Sure.
You okay with that, Mr. Fisher? Councilmember Fisher? Or Councilmember Gamble?
Yeah, I mean, Julie.
Yeah.
We can do that next week, yes?
Thank you.
I
Councilmember
tried to talk real quiet.
It didn't work.
Is this the time to ask about, so we have received a public comment talking about looking at a zoning on North Lewis Street. If we wanted to add that to a future agenda for discussion, would this be the forum to do that on the consent agenda? I mean, the extended agenda?
It was on my next slide.
Okay.
We were just going to get through the extended agenda.
Yeah.
But yes.
Okay.
Let's skip to the next, the city administrator. Yeah, save the date, TBD meeting for, June 9th at 6 p.m. and replaces our public safety committee meeting. So everyone going to be here on the 9th at 6?
Great.
Head nods.
Is that it for extended? Okay.
Now Jody
So
says, now Jody says we
any
can-
questions on extended agenda before we move on? Awesome, thank you. Now city administrator report.
It is. We talked about the VFW Flags for Our Fallen 5K. The farmers market opens on May 27th at 3 p.m. And then last week we had public comment for 1118 North Lewis Street for an interim zoning request. If you remember, that used to be Thrive. It was then a furniture consignment store, and now it's vacant. And the individual that came back is from Gold's Gym, and he is requesting an interim zoning so he could make that a gym again. Staff, if I correctly can quote Lance, is in support. The mayor's in support of that. We're just looking that the council would be supportive of that before we start working on, the interim zoning requirements for that.
Great, thank you, Councilmember Blair.
If we need to vocalize that, I think, yes, everybody's shaking their head that we would like the staff to move on forward on bringing that to us.
Yep, thank you. Do you need anything else for that?
Nope.
Okay, great, thank you. Next is my report. So I guess it was last Saturday. Was that last Saturday or Sunday? Battle of the Badges and... Oh, okay, it's been, that's right, because last week was Mother's Day. So yes, I went to the Casey Elderbrock run. It was great, you guys, just a wonderful event. So supportive of the community, so happy to be there, and then also attended the Battle of the Badges. We got notice this week that Senator Cantwell is going to push forward our festival lot for funding, so we now have Congresswoman Del Bene putting it forward, and we also have Senator Cantwell to put the festival lot forward. So still hoops to go over, but we're happy that we're seeing some positive responses to that. And then happy Mother's Day to everybody who is a mother out there. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. And then there are 4 proclamations in the packet. I'm not going to go through and read all of them, but please take time and read through them. Recognizing May 2026 as Building Safety Month, so please take a look at that. Recognizing May 2026 as Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. We also have recognizing the week of May 10th through the 16th as National Police Week. And then, of course, recognizing May 10th as Mother's Day, so thank you. And that is it for me. Are there any questions for me? Okay, thank you. There is a need for an executive session this evening. The City Council will convene an executive session for the purpose of discussing pricing of property for sale pursuant to RCW 42.30.110, subset 1, subset C, and potential litigation pursuant to RCW 42.30.110, subset 1, subset I. The executive session is scheduled for 40 minutes. The regular meeting will convene after the executive session ends at, what time is that? 8:10, somewhere. 8:10? 8:14. The clerk will announce any extensions, if any, and there may be action taken after the meeting is reconvened, if only during the meeting.
The executive session has been extended 20 minutes to 8:34. The executive session has been extended 6 minutes to 8:40. The executive session has been extended an additional 10 minutes to 8:50. The executive session has been extended 5 minutes to 8:55.
The city council meeting is now reconvened. There being no further business and no objections, the meeting will be adjourned. Hearing no objections, the meeting is now adjourned. Good night. I like pounding that thing.